3, 2.
You know, when I was a child, my mother would always look me in the eyes and she would say, son, refrain from fighting. She would tell me that unless someone provoked me, I should not fight. So I ran from the fight as a child. I hid from the fight as a child. And then, as it knocked so hard at my door, I decided it'd be a bright idea to let it in. The only thing I didn't know is that it would beat me, it would destroy me, it would drag me from pillar to post. And now look at me, the perfect personification of the fight. So no matter where my feet touch, no matter who's looking across from me, at the end of the day, understand this, from the last bell to the last pin to the very last pop of the night, I fight, I fight, I fight.
Three, 2.
You know, when I was a boy, my mother would look me in the eyes and she would say, son, never get into a fight unless someone walks into your backyard in which you have to defend yourself. And as a child, I ran from the fight. I hid from the fight until it banged so hard at my door that I had to let it in. And when it came in, it beat me down and beat me down and beat me down. And look at me now. I have realized that I am no longer just in the fight. I have become the fight, the perfect personification of violence and brutality. And make no mistake about it, no matter where my boots touch, no matter what ring it's in, whether it's against your champion or the guy selling popcorn, from the last pop to the last pin to the last bell, I fight, I fight, I fight.
5, 4, 3.
You know, when I was a young boy, my mother used to tell me, Damien, don't ever get into a fight. She would say if someone stepped into your backyard, well, you defend it, but don't ever fight. So you know what I did? I started to run away from the fight until one day it kept pounding and pounding and pounding at my front door, and then I decided to let it in. And come to find out, I was actually pretty good at fighting. I literally stayed in the fight. Well, now, let's fast forward 2 years. 2 years in this business, and I've been slept on, I've been overlooked, and the fact of the matter is, I'm the one you need to worry about because I am the fight. You see, from the last bell to the last pop of the night, to the last 1, 2, 3, I fight like there's no tomorrow, and make no mistake about it, whether it's AWN, APCW, Peach State, FWF, maybe a fat guy in the parking lot, at the end of the day, the only thing you need to worry about is the fight, and the fight is I, Damien Bennet. We'll see you soon.
Three, 2.
It seems to be a reoccurring theme with me. You see, my mother used to always tell me, Damien, don't go get into fights. Damien, stay away from the fight. And then one day I woke up and the fight just happened to knock on my door. It kept knocking and knocking, and I wouldn't answer because my poor mommy told me not to. And then one day I let it in. And I became involved with the fight. I actually became part of the fight. I was in the fight, and now I am the fight. You see, whether it's AWN, whether it's PCW, APCW, FWF, the fat guy in the parking lot, at the end of the day, they all stand for me, and I stand for them because I am that fight that they seek. So here's how it's going to stand from now on. No more overlooking Damien Bennet. No more sleeping on Damien Bennet. From the first pop to the last bell to the last pin, I fight, I fight, I fight. You know, there once was a time when my mother would tell me, son, you should never get into fights unless someone stepped into your backyard, and then you have all the right to defend it. Well, as a child, I would hide from the fight. I would run from the fight until one day it banged at my door so hard that I had to let it in. And when it came in, it kicked my behind, all up and down the roads until one day I woke up and realized that I'm not just in the fight, I am the fight. I've always been the fight, and make no mistake about it. I don't care if it's the world heavyweight champion, the cruiserweight champion, it could be the popcorn champion. At the end of the day, they all have to deal with me. From the last bell to the last fan to the last pop of the night, I fight, I fight, I fight.
Three, two.
You know, when I was a child, my mother would look me in my eyes and she would say, son, don't ever get into a fight. Unless someone comes in your backyard, you stay away from fighting. And as a child, I remember running from the fight. I remember hiding from the fight. And I remember the fight kept knocking and knocking and knocking. And so one day I let the fight in. And when I let that beast in, it beat me. It defeated me. It drugged me through the mud and back. And now look at me. The perfect personification of what the fight is. You see, no matter where my feet touch, no matter what ring I stand in or who stands across from me, they are looking at the fight. From the last pop to the last pin to the very last bell. I fight, I fight, I fight.
Five, four, three.
My mother always told me, Damien, don't ever get into a fight. But if someone tags along into your backyard, well, you better do all you can to protect it. So as a little boy, I found myself hiding from the fight. I found myself running from the fight. And then one day it pounded at my door so hard, I had to let it in. And when I let my little friend in, he beat me and beat me and beat me until one day I became the personification of the fight. Make no mistake about it, no mistake about it. It doesn't matter where my boots touch. No matter who's looking at me across in that ring, it could be your champion. It could be your promoter. It could be the guy selling cookies for you for all I care. From the last pop to the last pin to the last bell, I fight, I fight, I fight.